Well, here we are, another a Thursday night at 6 o'clock p.m., my friend. It's another late night show to talk about all the things Las Vegas with my good friend Amber Coleman. Amber, what are you doing? Happy May. It's gonna
Hello.
be May. Today's May.
It's the best month of the year in May, right?
Why is it the best month of the year, Amber?
Because it's tourist season right now. This
That's
is
right,
when
baby.
everything happens.
That's right. Super excited for everybody here that's here to join us. My name is Laci. I am your Las Vegas relocation expert, your Las Vegas bestie. Let's just be real. I'm who you want to know in the city of Las Vegas. Amber is also someone who you want to know. Amber Coleman from Guild Mortgage. We are here. We come here once a week to kind of walk through new discussions about what's going on in the news, new discussions about buying a home. We want to bring the hope of home ownership to you every chance we can get. What do you think about that, Amber?
That's what we do. It's a beautiful thing.
This is how we do it. So today we're here to talk about the student loan changes and what they mean for Las Vegas home buyers. So not sure if you guys have been watching the news, but there's some things going on and we're going to talk through that. And Amber has had some really interesting experiences happen in the last week, I'd say, just from the stuff that's related to the student loan stuff. So before we jump in, hello, we're so happy you're here. If you're here live, do us a favor, drop it like it's hot in the comment box below. Let us know where you're from, how long you've been watching. Just say hi. I don't care. I will call you out, but in like a nice, fun way. I won't make you like do anything weird. But we just love saying hi to you guys. And we want you to know this is for you. These live streams are for you. So if you have questions about anything, I mean, like literally anything, we'll most likely answer most questions on the live stream. So drop it in the comments so that we can answer your questions. Would love to be able to just have you guys be interactive. If you're watching this as a replay, hello, drop it like it's hot in the comment boxes. We do review all of our comments and we try to add them to the next live or just try to be available for you guys. Amber, are you ready to talk about this?
I'm ready. Hey, if
All
you
right.
hear any loud noises, it's because it's a happening place here in downtown Summerlin.
What's happening around you, Amber? What's happening downtown?
It's so fun. Out the windows, they're doing like Lay Day.
Yes. So if you watched my monthly events video, which I know you do, I know everybody on this is watching my monthly events video, right? They did a Lay Day performance and parade, whole takeover of downtown Summerlin today, and it's super fun event. They do it every year, so be sure to check that out next year, and also watch my videos because you might have missed out.
Otherwise, you would have known. You should have seen the streets out here. It's packed down there. I'm
love
gonna
it.
have to go join him after we leave the live.
Well, let's jump in, guys. Well, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Super excited that you're here. We're so grateful for those of you that are live. We will answer questions in a few minutes. Let's just jump in. Amber, can I share with you something I've been working on?
Of course.
Okay.
What you got?
So let me show you. I really had to get my head around what the hell's going on out there when it comes to the student loan changes and what this is going to mean for our buyers. You kind of scared the crap out of me when you told me, Amber, you scared the crap out of me when you told me like that there's some stuff that like you had a few things happen this last week with some clients because of the student loan. So I just am like so glad we're talking about this right now. So I went and just did some more research and I wanted to kind of walk through what I have learned and want to make sure we're all on the same page before we start the discussion. So for those of you that have had your head in the sand or haven't been paying attention, like myself, I definitely knew there was some stuff going on with student loans, but I hadn't realized how big of an impact it was going to have. So the Department of Education has resumed collections on defaulted federal student loans. So it includes measures to basically get those payments through wage garnishment, tax withholding, Social Security payment withholdings, things like that. Approximately 9.2 million borrowers might be delinquent by mid-2025. And I know that there's already been a few things that are popping up and people are already seeing, because they haven't been paying since COVID or whenever, that things are like starting to hit their credit, which is really having an effect on those who were trying to get into and buy a house. Amber, talk a little bit about some of the stuff you've seen. Don't give all the stories, but give me a scoop on what your take is.
Okay, so here's my take. Can I tell it to one story that I saw?
Yeah, please. Okay. You can do whatever you want.
So one story that I had. So sometimes when I'm qualifying, just to give a game plan, right? I'll do a soft credit report. That's where it doesn't allow me to pull credit. Like it doesn't allow me to pull any reports. It just gives me the ability to look, right? And then we'll work our game plan. And then when you're ready to buy, then we'll do a hard credit report. So one client, I had the soft credit pull. She was pre-approved. then we, in between soft and hard pull, which was only a matter of like 1 or 2 days.
Right.
This is when all this stuff started happening. And all of a sudden, every one of her student loans. So remember, a student loan, every semester that you go, it shows a different student loan on your credit. So even though you're making one payment, your credit shows it based off semester. So if you took loans out for like say you have a degree, a 4-year degree, and
Right.
you took out loans out every time that every semester that happened during that, you're
Right.
going to have a lot of loans that show on your credit. There's a lot of trade lines. So this lady had 7 trade lines showing on her credit with student loans, and overnight popped 90-day lates on it. So it went from zero lates to 90-day lates overnight. Dropped her credit over 120 points.
Wow.
Overnight. She was ready to
Wow.
buy a house, and then all of a sudden credit was so low she couldn't buy a house. So I mean, so then I thought it was pretty crap, right?
Well, I mean, it was
I,
it was shitty. I'll say it for you. It was shitty.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say it in the nicest way because I wasn't fully aware of what was going on until I did a little bit of more research. So I immediately go into mama bear mode and I start trying to fight for the client, right? So I'm reaching out to the credit agencies, basically calling fair credit policy on them.
Right.
I'm like, you just put 90-day late. You skip 30 and 60-day late. This is not right. Blah blah blah. I went to the top of everything to be able to fight, and then I got my credit supplement back that said she was 30 days late in January, 60 days late in February, and 90 days late in March. What I didn't realize is on the student loan paperwork that people that have student loans sign, is it says on the paperwork they don't start reporting until you hit 90 days late.
I didn't realize that either.
And that's why that's why it went straight to 90 days late. But when I went to fight it, they were happy to correct it and give me the lates for everything.
Right.
And so we had her calling the student loan. We had her doing all kinds of stuff to try to get that off.
Yeah.
And there was no helping. There's no helping getting it off.
Yeah.
So I think we're having a voice of warning today, right, Laci?
The goal of today is to just let everyone know what's up. What's up? What's up? It's not great. So let's just be real. What's up? What's up? It's not great. Let everybody know what's going on and then give you a fair warning so that you guys don't have these dreams of buying a home and then don't realize the impact that this could have on you. So we won't be long today. If you have questions about anything, drop it in the comments. We're going to get to those in a minute. But I want to go back to the screen that I had brought up a second ago. Here we go. So if you guys aren't aware, and I'm just going to run through some stats and some information here. Republican lawmakers right now have introduced a proposal that's supposed to be overhauling the federal student loan system. So key provisions are going to include like capping federal student loans at $50K for undergraduates and possibly $100K for graduate students. That's supposed to eliminate a lot of the repayment and forgiveness programs and will require colleges to reimburse the government for the portion of the defaulted loans. And just, the financial impact is obvious, right? We've talked about it a little bit. A drop in credit score of 100 plus points can be devastating for somebody who's a prospective buyer, right? I saw this crazy stat, Amber. It said New York Fed research shows that a newly reported 90-day student loan shaves an average of 87 points off of a subprime borrower score. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So it can take you from a good, excellent credit range to, oh my God, no way we're going to get you approved. My biggest concern about all this was like, who's this going to affect the most? We've talked about the DTI, debt to income. It's going to squeeze you on that front. We can talk about that in a second. But the credit score is really where it's really going to hit you the most right off the bat. The DTI definitely comes into play. They were basically, some of the stats I looked up said nationally, a large share of first-time home buyers carry $30,000 in debt, which is about 37% of first-time home buyers. And a lot of them are often saying like that this is why they're not buying homes yet, is because they're like delaying buying a home because they have so much student debt, which really sucks in my opinion. So just some things to keep in mind. Amber, talk a little bit about some of the other clients. So I know that you're a run and gun. I'm going to bat it out you're a dog with the bone. I love this about you. You see something, you mama bear the crap out of it and you try to fix it. But what other scenarios have come up?
Okay, so I had in a small period of time, if you guys can hear the drum, did you hear the drums going off down there? I'm like, this is loud.
Play day is in full effect over at downtown. You get to see Amber down there doing the hula, doing like a belly dance.
It's so cute. They're all in their Hawaiian gear. It's really cute.
I love it. All right, hurry up so we can get you back to your party, Amber.
So, okay, within a short period of time. So this one happened that I just told you about, and then 8 within just that period of time. Because what's happening is the student loan companies. So when the all the COVID deferment, right, that
Right,
happened since I think 2020, we've been on deferment, so nobody's had to pay it back, right? So then it kind of becomes out of sight, out of mind.
right,
And then if you've moved and there's mail going to you, or you changed email addresses, I'm not sure how the student loans are getting hold of people. Sometimes people are saying, well, I've moved, but I haven't gotten any emails. Sometimes people are like, well, I changed emails, but I'm still in the same house. So I don't know if they're really trying to get a hold of you, or if they're just depending on you to reach out to them, because this is something that maybe they're assuming that you should know with the
right,
student loans that you have. But a lot of people haven't. Let's just put it
right.
that way. And so I've had people that were ready to get houses, and then this hits. And so now we had to find like co-signers and stuff like that to be able to take the one spouse off, the one party off the loan, and then put somebody else on the loan to be able to qualify. But sometimes people don't have that person to co-sign.
Right.
So there's been people that I've seen more 100-point drops than I would like to admit to with
Like
this.
you said, Amber, you said 8 people, 8 buyers in 1 week were immediately
Yeah.
affected by this. That's what made us go, we got to talk to this. We got to tell
Mhm.
people, because we don't want you in the process of shopping for a home and not expecting or being prepared for what could possibly happen due to the
Mhm.
student loan repayment experience. So I'm really sorry for the 8 buyers, and I'm sorry for you and your team having to go through the oh my God moment of either killing someone's dream for a minute, or we should say pausing someone's dream for a minute, or just really, at the end of the day, trying to figure out what the heck to do. So I'm really sorry that you guys have been going through that. And it's really sad. So the goal again of today is to have a quick live just to like warn everybody, yo, if you have student loans,
Yeah.
you better look at the reality of them and when they're due, and make sure that
Yeah.
you're calling those institutions to make sure that you're up on what's what.
Yeah.
I just saw somebody say, there goes Laci with her wine. We don't do an after 6 p.m. anything without a glass of wine, guys. Hello.
This is wine time. Lacey always has 2 glasses, one for her, one for me. So it's all good,
Right.
right?
I'm grateful that I'm able to do that for you. I know it's a true burden for me, but I'm happy, I guess, to do it
It's
for
a
anybody.
sacrifice, but I appreciate the sacrifice you make for me, Lacey. Yeah.
Absolutely. So Amber, so just to be very clear, let's give a 1, 2, 3 step, or even just the 1 step. What's the recommendation right now? Beyond reaching out to us now, like if you're thinking about buying a home, we want to know now. I don't care if you're buying for 10 years. I mean it. Let's talk now.
Mhm.
Let's build a relationship now. Even now, if you have student debt, that's something we want you to bring up when we're talking to me, talking to Amber, so that we can include that in your game plan and getting you ready. But Amber, what's the best advice you can give right now?
Well, and so keep in mind, this isn't hitting everybody with student
Right.
loan debt, right? This is because I'm just, every time I pull credit, and to be quite honest with you, a lot of people that credit's pulled for have student loan debt, especially if you're a first time home buyer. You because that's kind of the day and age that we've been in, right? But if you have student loan debt, if you're still in school, this is not hitting you.
Right.
You are deferred for the normal times that you're into school for. Just please pay attention.
Yeah.
Please pay attention, because every time you take a semester, it's a new line on your credit. So if one thing hits, it hits all those lines on your credit. And that's why you're seeing so many points hit at the same time. So just pay attention to when that's due, and then make sure that you're in contact with the student loan company so you can do forbearance if you can't afford it, do income-based repayment plans once you're out of school and that year or whatever's gone by.
Yeah.
Other people that have already contacted their student loan companies just to be able to set up income-based repayment plans, this isn't happening to them, right? This is happening to the ones that were deferred for a long time. And just like anything in life, sometimes things are out of sight, out of mind. So we're just trying to bring it back to your mind so that it doesn't affect your dreams of home ownership, because that's what we're all about here. We want to be able to see you
Right.
guys hit your dreams of home ownership.
Yeah. And if you have missed a payment, or if you're in trouble, it's okay. This is a judgment-free zone. We're very much, we need our ding judgment-free zone, our little bell that we
Yeah,
use to
we
play.
do.
We don't care. It's better to call and have the discussion with us now versus later, so that we can see, just listen, open that trench coat, baby, flash us the
Yeah.
goods. Let's see what's really going on, the goods
Yeah.
or the bads. And let's make sure we're all on the same page, so that when the time is right, you'll be ready to go. And Amber's really great about guiding you to the next step and to fixing whatever might be wrong. So
Yeah, there's no harm in starting and
Right.
getting that plan. And then we can kind of help guide you through it. And if it's right now or if it just takes a little bit of time to season things, because remember, time heals all wounds, including
Yep.
on the credit report.
Yep.
So if something
Absolutely.
something does hit, you know it, you take care of it, you start that payment plan with the student loan company, and then we kind of keep an eye on everything while you're paying it on time, and then tell you how to maximize your credit with everything else that's on your credit so that you can
Absolutely.
kind of offset the bad with the good.
Yeah.
Don't give up. That's the biggest thing we're trying to bring home today. Don't give up. Like
Yep.
there's always a way to make it work.
Absolutely. It could be time, it could be a little zhuzhing, it could be a little finagling. It's a loophole. We don't know. We don't know until you call. So there is a phone number scrolling. There's also like in the link of every single video that I do, and also in the bio, and also in the description, and also on the screen, 1,000 ways plus one to get in touch with me. So if you want to talk about moving to Vegas, there's no pressure. We don't care if it's now or 10 years from now. It's really, really a good time now, especially if you know this might be an issue for you. Let's just lay it out. Let's just do it. Let's just figure it out and get things going. All right.
Love
Yes.
it.
On we go. All right. Let's jump into the comments. Let's see what we got here. Amber, you cool with that?
Let's do it.
Neil Warren, I owe you a text message. I had an issue with my phone over the last week. I owe you a text message. Hello from Aliante. Good evening, Neil. Looking forward to seeing you soon.
Oh, Neil is back in town. He's always telling us where he's
From
at in the world. Yeah.
Rita Ross says, finally, I catch you ladies while you're live. Hello. Is it Raida or Rada? I don't know what it is, but I love your name. And I'm super stoked that you finally caught us live. Preston says, aloha from Hawaii. Look at all these people from all over the world. I love this. Vegas man. Hey, Valentine. We love you. Good to see you. Let's see. Someone's from Homelander 06 is from Charlotte, North Carolina. Hold on. Let me just look back at Homelander 06. That's a really nice profile picture, Homelander. Nice job. Maina says, originally from New York, currently living in LA, trying to move to Vegas by 27, 28. Let's have a conversation.
Woo-hoo.
If we haven't already, I don't have my notes in front of me of who I've talked to, but if we haven't already spoken, let's talk. Living in Omaha, David Matney. Good evening, Laci and Amber. Hello, David. Good to see you. Neil said he went to trade school, makes 6 figures, and has no student loan debt. Congratulations.
Good job, Neil.
That's awesome, Neil. Neil deserves a hug. I'm going to give you a hug soon. Janice says, hey, Laci and Amber. Hey, Janice. Love you. Love you. Vivian. Hey, Vivian C. Good to see you. Laci and Amber. Hello. Scotty K says, what's up? Is pay off your student loans before buying a home. That's a question I was going to ask you, Amber. Do people have to think about that? Like, should they pay their loans off, or should they, like, my allergies are killing me again, as you can see. Should people pay off their loans, or is there a way to work it out while they still have those student loans? What's your take?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked that question because I don't want people to think that they can't do anything if there's a student loan, right?
Me too.
So student loans, typically you have to be able to show, like if you have a student loan, we have to qualify you for a percentage of like a payment on the student loan. Now this was today and forever ago, right? We've always had to qualify you for a payment on the student loan. But sometimes depending on the amount of student loans you have, that could be a large task to be able to pay that off. And then you're pushing out home ownership if you pay it off, which then means house prices are going up. So you kind of have a double whammy. So half of me thinks like, no, I would say get a house because it's all about setting your foundation and then growing from there. Home ownership is that foundation. Right. And then you grow from there and then you work on paying that student loan off little by little on it. Yeah, I mean, that's my take on it.
I love that take because I think waiting can also bite you in the butt. And so how about just bite a smaller bite out of the apple and don't necessarily need to get your dream home. Just get your foot in the door and let that home pay for the next home, pay for the next home, etc. So I love that you said that, Amber. Thank you. Bet on Mason says, can't stay for the whole live. Just want to say what's up and show love as always. Keep killing it. We love you, Mason. Thank you. Neil said, there goes Laci and her glass of wine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Taylor said they're trying to reach people on loans. Unless you using the excuse that you moved or have a different email is just that. It's an excuse. I moved, changed jobs, everything, and still have kept up on what is due and when. Good for you, Taylor. That's awesome. I love that.
That's good to hear, Taylor. I'm happy to hear that.
Leolo, Laci and Amber, general question. Can you describe in ballpark numbers for a typical closing cost? Leolo, we better be the ones helping you with a purchase. If you're getting closing costs from someone else, we're going to have a problem. But what can be expected, Amber? Tell me what they should be coming to closing costs, expecting to pay for closing costs if we don't negotiate it from the seller.
Typically. So Remember, closing costs are going to include a lot of things, and this can go high or low depending. So typically, it's usually about 2% of your loan amount.
Got it.
Or if it's a really low loan amount, sometimes it could be a little bit more than that. But if it's like a normal loan amount, about 2%. Now, the only way they could go higher than that is if you decide to maybe buy your rate down and you're paying points to be able to get it down. That's added to that.
Got it.
If you're buying in a big HOA, sometimes there's a lot of HOA costs that are, added to it, but most likely it's around 2%.
Okay, that's awesome. Great question, Leolo. Steve Furry. Hey guys. Hey Steve, good to see
Steve.
you. Taylor said, but then again, I'd do anything to get my ass back to Vegas. LOL. Taylor, we love you. Let Vegas misses you. Come and visit at least. Come and visit and hang out. Let's at least have a good time. Scotty Say said, I agree with you. Responsible people know it's their debt and they need to keep it current. Love that. Agree with you. I do think, Scott, though, that sometimes with the COVID stuff and with just all the stuff that's happened and the delays and the we're going to get rid of student debt, all the promises that have been made, it can be confusing for some people. So this is why kind of we're doing this today. We really, really want to make sure that people are just asking the right questions, that are just remembering, oops, that's no longer on, a delayed payment experience. I got to probably look into it. So really great that you're here, and love when you comment. Thank you. Steve Furry says, just getting our place here in Florida on the market. Tomorrow's the big day. Woo, woo, woo. Steve, super stoked for you. Congratulations. Send me the link to your listing. I would love, there's a number at the bottom there. I would love to see it. That would be awesome. I love looking at listings of people who are. All right, I can hear them downstairs, Amber. They're doing like the horn dance.
I was wondering if you could hear it because it's loud down there.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do 3 more questions and then we're going to pop off so that Amber can go continue her Hawaiian festival party downstairs. Leolo says, if I were considering specific condos, would someone be able to advise about good or difficult condo HOAs that would make loan approval difficult? Yes, sir. Those people would be these people that you're talking to right now. Yes, absolutely.
That's what we do.
This is what we do. And I love Leolo. No, I'm not working with anyone else. Just trying to make the best decisions possible. I've applied to jobs in Vegas, and if something comes through, it could happen kind of quick, baby.
This. No, don't you feel like Vegas has a way of like calling you in? Like it calls its people in. Vegas, she calls her people in.
She's luring you in. Leolo, I'm giving you crap. If you found somebody else, that's okay. We want you to just be here, get here. But you would be missing out on the greatest experience ever. Just saying if you were doing it. Alan Oshiro. Hey, Alan, good to see you. Are Mesquite and Pahrump good areas to retire? Good question. Amber, what's your take on Mesquite and Pahrump?
I mean, I think both of them, or you're like waiting for me to say something right there?
I'm waiting because I have an opinion. I want to see what yours is.
Oh, gee. I mean, you know me, I'm always going to keep it positive, right?
I'm not going to say anything negative.
Laci's talking about Pahrump is what she's talking about. But I think both of them. So somebody was asking me about Pahrump the other day, and I was like, here's what I think Pahrump is. So do you remember like and I'm aging myself here, okay? Because I bought my first house in North Las Vegas in like in the 90s. That's all I'm going to say, okay? In the 90s. And North Las Vegas, like past Craig, there wasn't even a grocery store out there. At Craig, it was like nothing was out there. There wasn't freeway entrances. There was nothing out there. So you had to literally drive everywhere to get there. But housing was cheaper out there. So now that's all grown out. The city's all grown out. And now the affordable living is going outskirts. So I think that's what Pahrump is going to be. So I feel like Pahrump is going to be like that kind of feel because the builders are starting to go out there. There's land out there. There's stuff like that. So I think it's a growing city that's going to have that type of feel like what it used to be in North Las Vegas when there was hardly anything out there.
Absolutely. I'm not going to talk smack about either of those places. What I will say though is they're both great for Mesquite's probably more focused on retirement type living. Mesquite's more of a little bit of a sleepier town. It's definitely the demographic up there is more skewed towards retirement, like age demographic and things of that nature. I'm just over here like Mesquite's cool, but like, why would you go 45 minutes outside of the city or whatever if you could just get a retirement community within the city and then be close to whatever you want to do. So it depends on your vibe. I used to say, and I'm going to totally get eaten alive for saying this. I used to say this. There's not a lot of teeth in Pahrump is what I used to say. What I meant by that was it felt a little like like boonies country, like people don't like it's real country, if you know what I mean. And I jokingly say that because it's actually not that at all. It's a really great little city. It's very, very warm. It's booming. You can get a lot of money, but it felt like tumbleweeds were coming across your door, and it was like the scene of Deliverance for a long time, like years and years and years ago. Now it's a totally different ball game, and it's a really good option for people who want to buy a little bit more land with their house, who don't mind being 45 minutes away from the city. It's kind of cool. And it's pumping, man. It's pumping. So I can't make that. I made that joke like 30 years ago. I can't make that joke anymore. And the only reason I made that joke is because the one person I met in Prump only had 2 teeth.
Oh, you poor thing.
He was like spit.
That was Prump 30 years ago. It's not that way anymore.
It's not that anymore. But back then I was like, oh, there's not a lot of teeth out here. And that was just me being very young and naive. I'm not labeling or aging myself at all. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, okay. So is it Rida? Oh, Rida. Thank you, Rida. I think I got it. I'm not sure. He said, can't wait for the train and entertainment industry to settle to Vegas as well. Absolutely. Yeah. Christopher Battle. He said, our Florida house is also on the market. We have our house picked out in Cadence. Christopher, let us know how we can help you. I would love that. Neil Warren said he does not keep an eye on the market in Mesquite, but he's guessing it would be cheaper for retirement than living in Vegas. Believe it or not, you are actually not correct. The prices are starting to creep up out there a little.
It used to be, but it's not anymore, huh?
No, it's gonna be crazy.
Mesquite like borders Utah too, and I think Utah's prices have kind of gone up a little bit. Yeah,
everything's climbing, my friends. Everything's climbing. Rada Ross says, speaking of retirement, how's healthcare in Vegas and the outskirts? Because I'm bringing my parents to live with me. That's awesome, Rada. Thank you. And I got his name right. It's Rada. It's just Rada. Rada Ross. I would say healthcare and schools and education are 2 things that Las Vegas has gotten low marks on historically. However, UNLV added a medical school and now has gotten funding for a lot of science and medical expansions to where I'd say within the next 5 to 10 years, our city will have leveled up in a big way. All the funding and all the research and development and stuff that they're doing within the medical community is going to help make doctors want to stay here. That's the goal. UNLV is trying to keep doctors here within our community to serve our community. So more to come on that. I'm not a fan of any health experience right now, just based on some stuff I've been through recently and my family's been through recently. So I'm a little raw to answer that question, but I will say that I do know that what they've been doing the last 5 to 10 years and what's going to be coming in the next few years has made a difference and will continue to make a difference for Las Vegas residents for sure. All right. Huh?
We'll just keep it there. You're a little raw. Like, it's all good.
Raw because, when you have some bad experiences, I could have been in any city. It had nothing to do with Vegas. Been in any city. It's a little raw, but either way, I'm still positive, and I know that the city is doing the foundational work that's required to make us kind of put us on the map in more ways than just one, right? It's not just we're adding more entertainment. The Sphere is here now. It can't just be all of that. The Raiders, the football, it can't just be that. It has to be real stuff that people care about. Yeah. Education and medical and healthcare are 2 very big areas that the city's been focused. So hopefully we'll see the big difference soon. Okay, Amber, it's time for us to wrap up. This is a short.
Oh, Dad.
Really, I'm wrapping it up because it sounds like you're about to get into a.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? I'm like this. You got to be able to hear this. It's so cute down here, though.
Anyway, right before I got on here, I was prepping for EDC, which is coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If you see me,
nice.
I need to dance. So I was sick for 2 years and I couldn't go dancing. And dancing is like my favorite thing on the planet. And so I'm like, I need to go dancing, and we're going to EDC. And so I was playing some EDC music downstairs, and it sounds like you're doing that there. I should have just come to your office for this one. I would have been there.
I saw it was Lay Day. I wish I could take the camera and kind of show you guys. But I saw it was Lay Day, and I didn't even think twice. I'm like, what is that?
It's like
I didn't even think twice about it.
You better put your your little grass skirt on and your freaking lei and get downstairs, my friend. They're waiting for you. So just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's joined us and always joins us. A little preview. Next week, we're doing our WTF is going on in this industry when it comes to housing in Las Vegas. That's going to be happening next Thursday at the same time, same place, my friends, 6 p.m. on the dot. Join us. We will have wine. We will be excited. I hopefully won't have a runny nose from my allergies. And hopefully the lay day experience will have calmed down and we can actually hear what the hell Amber's saying next time. Anyway,
yeah,
love you.
About that. Didn't know what was going on tonight.
Listen, it brought a lot. It brought some energy that I needed. I'm over here like
background music without even trying, huh?
Oh, listen to him.
Like, it is. The crowds are going crazy down there right now too. Downtown Summerlin, it is the happening place over here.
All right, get out there and go have some fun. Go shake a tail feather for me. Thank you all for joining us live. Join us next week for the WTF. What the frick is happening in the Las Vegas housing market? We'll see you next week at 6. Oh, and Amber, congratulations to your daughter who graduates college tomorrow.
Thank you.
Good job. Speaking of students, I'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.